Title: I accidentally sent my grocery list to the wrong number and it changed my life. I was halfway through grocery shopping when I realized I'd texted my entire shopping list to the wrong number instead of my sister. A minute later my phone buzzed. I think you're making tacos tonight. Don't forget the cheese. I laughed and apologized, expecting that to be the end of it. Instead, he replied, honestly, tacos sound good now. For the next few days, we'd randomly exchange jokes whenever one of us accidentally thought of the other. It was harmless, funny, and surprisingly comforting. We never flirted, never even shared our names. Then one evening I mentioned I had an important job interview the next morning. At 7 a.m. my phone lit up with a single message. Good luck, grocery girl. They're lucky to meet you today. I smiled all the way to the interview, never expecting that wrong number to become the right person in my life. I got the job, and the first person I wanted to tell was somehow the stranger with the wrong number. I got it, I texted before I even called my family. His reply came almost instantly. I knew you would. Celebrate with tacos. I laughed so hard that my new coworkers stared at me. Over the next few months, texting him became part of my routine. We talked about books, stressful days, embarrassing childhood stories, and our terrible cooking attempts. Somehow, we still hadn't exchanged photos. It felt easier to know someone without judging appearances first. One Friday evening, he admitted he'd be in my city for work the following week and asked if I'd like to meet. My stomach filled with nervous excitement. After staring at the message for nearly an hour, I finally replied, only if you promise not to laugh when I actually order tacos. His answer came seconds later. It's a date. The entire week I questioned whether meeting him was a terrible idea. What if we had nothing to say in person? What if we'd built a friendship that only worked through messages? I almost canceled twice before forcing myself to show up at the little taco place we'd picked. I recognized him immediately because he was holding a grocery basket with a block of cheese sticking out of it. The moment he saw me, he grinned and lifted the basket. I figured I'd better remember the cheese this time. I laughed so hard every bit of nervousness disappeared. We talked for hours, just like we always had over text, except now I could see the way he smiled before making a joke. As we were leaving, he reached into his pocket and handed me a folded receipt. On the back was the very first grocery list I'd accidentally sent him. I kept it, he admitted quietly, making my heart melt. I couldn't stop smiling as I looked at the faded receipt. You seriously kept this all this time? I asked. He shrugged, suddenly looking shy. It was the luckiest wrong number I've ever received. From that day on, we made a tradition of trying one new restaurant every month, always ordering tacos at least once just to laugh about how we met. My family eventually stopped calling him the wrong number guy and started calling him part of the family. 2 years later, on the anniversary of that accidental text, he invited me to the same restaurant. When dessert arrived, I noticed something written on the plate in chocolate. Don't forget the cheese. And don't forget me. ****. Before I could finish laughing, he got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. Through happy tears, I said yes. One tiny mistake had sent a message to the wrong phone, but somehow it reached exactly the right heart.